So here's a secret. I'm a vegetarian. This means that I am part of one of the most repressed minority groups in Western society. Would you eat this? Being vegetarian in the social setting is the worst of all possible worlds. Because vegans can say that you don't really respect animals because you eat their products. Milk, cheese, yogurt, eggs, anything with any of them in it. And meat eaters don't like you because you make them feel bad when they eat dead animals. Although you'd think they'd feel bad anyway, eating dead animals and such. So when you're a vegetarian, sometimes you end up feeling like one of those Germans during the war who didn't like Hitler, but they couldn't do anything about him, and so they went along with it anyway. Except I am doing something about it, because I'm not eating animals. So, I'm not a Nazi. Yay! But the good thing about being vegetarian or being vegan, because they're both really the same thing, and the fact that they don't eat meat, is the fact that it makes you think more about things. For instance, do you ever wonder where your Happy Meal comes from? Let me tell you, it ain't so happy after all. So, is there a point to this? Well, maybe it's just that there's a lot more to being vegetarian than meets the eye. I think that it's really important for vegetarians and vegans to come out and tell people about their experiences, because it might sound silly, but if you're a vegetarian or a vegan, it's sort of something that you don't really want to talk about because it alienates a lot of people. Food and sex are the two most fundamental things about life, and if you do something that's a bit weird, it makes people question their whole belief system, and most of the time when you do that, people get angry. I think that if you talk to a lot of vegetarians, they're going to tell you that they find it surprising themselves that only 2 or 3% of people are vegetarian. But the reason for that is because most people just don't ever question it. As soon as you stop doing something that you've been told to do and start doing something for yourself, you start to actually question what you do, and you start to find out a lot of things about yourself. And especially when you become vegetarian, you start to question little things like the meaning of life, I guess. Okay, that might sound stupid, but it's probably true. And the only way you can try it is if you take the challenge. Don't eat meat for maybe 2 weeks or so, and then see what happens. I mean, come on. Would you eat this? Thinking about what you eat is... It makes you change the way that you think about your relationships with animals and your relationships with other people, and fundamentally, that's probably the only thing that we have. So that's why I'm saying that it makes you question the meaning of life. And also because I want to get all deep and, meaningful and shit. Anyway, this is deliberately different to probably all the other videos you've seen on the internet if you've searched for vegetarianism or veganism, because a lot of vegetarians seem to have this idea that it's sort of like a war with people that eat meat, and that if you can, slam the facts in people's faces, they're going to go, "Oh my god, what have I been doing all these years?" All that really does is it actually makes people that might be receptive to ideas about veganism or vegetarianism or animal rights, I think it just makes them think, oh my gosh, these silly fringe elements of society, I don't want to be associated with them. This isn't me knocking any animal rights people, it's just me basically saying that I think people have to realize that it isn't just people that are militantly interested in these issues that can be vegetarian, it can be just normal people too. That's what I'm saying. But who'd eat this dear old fella here? I'm saying everyone has the ability to make sensible choices, and you're not any better or worse if you decide to eat meat or not. You've just made a different choice. So I guess what I'm saying is, if you feel that you're capable of making a sensible decision, then spend 2 weeks or so not eating any meat, or even cutting out animal products completely, and see what happens, and see if maybe that makes you feel better about your decisions, it makes you feel better about your lifestyle, it makes you feel healthier, because you can't experience something and you can't understand something if you haven't tried it. And with so many people telling you what you should be doing, well, I guess you should have to look to your own beliefs and your own morals, and then make a decision from that. Bye.